Hi, I'm Teah Hopper with Teah Hopper Consulting. Today I want to talk to you about how to identify your target audience and really hone in on who they are. I think so often this step just gets skipped right over. We want to go straight to creating the content, which I know is the really fun part. But here's the thing, if you don't know who you're creating that content for, it's not very effective. So we don't know who we're trying to reach with our messaging, it ends up speaking to no one. Long are the days of mass marketing where we just have this one message that we just send out to the universe and hope that it speaks to someone. The more you can hone in on who your target audience is, the more clearly you can speak to them and the better that your message will resonate with them. So when we know who our target audience is, it helps us do four things. First, it's going to tell us what social media channels we should be on because we know which social media channels they are on. Second, it's going to tell us what topics we should be covering, like what we should actually be posting about. Third, it's going to help us write and develop those posts. It's going to tell us what words to use to really speak to our audience, to speak their language. And then fourth, once we get a little bit more advanced, it's going to let us know and help us really easily target our audience when we start to boost our posts or run ads. So the process is actually pretty easy, and I promise you that if you just take a few minutes and do these steps, it will make the rest of your content strategy so much easier and also so much more effective. All right, so you're ready? Here's the process. First, you want to define your audience. You probably have them in your head, but we want to write them out. So if you are an established business, let's start with who are your clients? Break down those audience segments. You probably have several. Let's aim for 4 to 5 here. And just write down your different client types, those different audience segments. And then secondly, still on step 1, defining your audience, I want you to break down and write down who are those potential clients that you want to attract? Who are the dream clients that you want to work with? And if you are just getting started, then I would start here because you might not have a lot of clients already, or you might not have any yet. So think about who are those dream clients? Who do you really want to work with? Next, once we have them listed out, the next thing that we want to do is really start to develop those audiences. So write down as much as we can about them. What are their passions? What are their interests? What are their pain points? What problems do they tend to kind of have? And what emotions do they have around those problems? But really get as much as you can about each audience segment on paper. Write down their demographics. What are their interests? Where do they live? Location, as much as you can. And then bonus tip, try to get inside the head of your audience. Don't just use the words that you would use, but use the words that they would use. And if you don't know what words they would use, just hold on, we're going to step 3. So step 3 is to research. You probably know quite a bit about these different audiences, but maybe there's a group that you really want to start working with and you don't know a lot about them. That's okay. We want to spend a little bit of time researching. Market research can be really scary, but it doesn't have to be. It can be as simple as picking up the phone and calling someone that fits that audience segment or sending an email. People are usually pretty helpful to answer questions, especially if you can make it really easy on them. You may also get in a Facebook group. If you know there's an audience segment that a lot of those people are in a group, get in that group and see if you can just ask some questions. So just start the conversation with people that fit that audience profile. You may also just do simple Googling, spend time on websites that audience likes to spend time on, but just try to find out more about them. Again, what are the words that they use to describe their problems, their pain points? All right, so now that we have a pretty clear idea of who our audience is and what they're like, the last step is to see how we can connect with them. So step 4 is to align with your audience. Now you want to list out solutions that you can offer to those different audiences. So we kind of know their interests and their passions and their pain points. Well, where do you come in? What are you an expert on that you can educate and share information with them that would be of value to them? What products or services do you offer that would be really beneficial to them? How can you best align with them to meet their needs, to offer solutions to their problems? That's what makes you the champion here. And that's where you can really connect with them and provide value. So again, Everything you post on social media should be to build your reputation, to develop these relationships, and to build trust with your target audience. So now that we know our target audience, we can make sure that what we're posting really helps us tell our story to our clients and to the people that we want to attract. And it just helps us do that really clearly, really simply. All right, so I hope that this video was helpful to you. If so, please leave me a comment and let me know, or you can pay the biggest compliment, which is share it with someone else that you think it might help. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I'll talk to you soon.